Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Love Is Podcast. I'm excited to welcome the host of the Love Is Podcast, Kim Sorrell. Kim, how are you? And I know you're excited about our guest.
I'm doing great. Thank you, Neil. And yes, Kevin Sorbo. Oh my word. We almost met, by the way, in Nashville because firing squad was there. And I was gonna interview you then, but it didn't work out. So I'm so
What
happy to
happened? What
be meeting.
happened? Well,
I
here
don't
we are.
know. I don't know. It's such a great movie. I can't wait to talk to you about that. But today we're talking about Destination Heaven. But Kevin, you were a model. You're the this ain't Jim Beam guy. You have done so much in your life. You've been in some great shows. You've been focused lately, or for a while, it seems, on some great Christian stuff that's out there. God ain't dead, and whatever. I just love what you're doing, and I love Destination Heaven. And I just want to say, welcome, fellow Norwegian, fellow Midwesterner, to the show.
Where are you based out of?
Michigan.
Okay, I've shot a couple movies. In fact, I did an amazing movie there, and of the 90 plus movies I've shot, and my top three is a movie called What If, which I shot in Grand Rapids, and oh my gosh, where was the other location we had that at? Traverse City.
Oh yeah,
We
yeah.
were
I'm
there.
in Grand Rapids.
Okay, and we shot a movie called What If, and that was my first unabashedly Christian movie. It was directed by Dallas Jenkins, who's doing The Chosen now. It's the same writers that did God's Not Dead. In my book, What If is a far better movie than God's Not Dead, but it shows you how tough it is to get these independent movies out there without strong word of mouth. They just, people don't hear about them. It's frustrating.
Yeah. And I have my story of Grand Rapids as well. When I was a former professional wrestler, I defeated Rhino in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's a superstar, WWE superstar, and AEW and all. I mean, I'm sorry, TNA and all that. So when I days in pro wrestling, so I had some trips out to Grand Rapids and South Bend,
Where,
Indiana, and all those
where do
different
you live
places.
now?
I live in Pittsburgh, but I have an
Right.
office.
My wife's from the South Hills.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yep.
I'm right now in O'Hara Township, and I was in Gibsonia and also Edgewood during
There
my
you go.
time in
There you
Pittsburgh.
go.
Yeah, that's a shout out. All right.
Well, I'm in Midwestern Minnesota, so Michigan, we're in the Big Ten together, and now we got 4 Pac-10 schools coming next year, and I don't know what's going on with the Big Ten.
Yeah, I know. I don't know either. It's kind of crazy. Kind of
Pretty weird.
crazy. But yes, I know. Midwesterners are a good breed, I think. So you come from good stock there,
Right.
Kevin, which is
I
good
got
to
to give a
know.
plug since you brought the Firing Squad. That movie doesn't come out till August, but we're doing promotion on it right now. So I tell people to go to firingsquadfilm.com, firingsquadfilm.com. It's based on a true movie, true story. It's an amazing story. People can go to that website and they can see all the testimonials of people coming out of the theater. So it's very exciting for that one to come out.
And it's so good. It is such a great movie.
Thank
It's
you.
fantastic. And you do an amazing job in it. And you do an amazing job in Destination Heaven. And I love that show. I love it. I love that God is there and present, that approachable and
Yeah.
funny.
Yep.
And I love some of your one-liners in the show. So how did you get involved in the show?
Well, I've known the guys at PureFlix a long time. I just mentioned What If and God's Not Dead. So I've known them a long time, and they're over that at Great American now. And they approached me and they sent me the script. I think we're the second one they shot or something. But they liked it so much they made us the pilot episode, which is kind of an honor. And it's called Home Is Where, and people can see all the Destination to Heaven. I think they shot 8 episodes. I hope I'm right, but they'll let me know about that. But I know it's airing every Thursday from right now until June 20th, and it's 8 p.m. Eastern time, and that's on Great American PureFlix. So I hope people will check it out.
Wow. And what was your experience like? Did you enjoy the whole
Well, it's fun.
experience?
There's a great script. I mean, I play a guy named Daryl. He's this guy that's he's been down on his luck. He was a photographer. Things didn't work out. There's not a huge backstory on the guy. Maybe he's divorced. I don't know, but he's just sort of taken the streets and given up on life. And he meets a woman of means that gives him a couple bucks, and he's very sarcastic with the little things she gives me. He goes, "You got a lot of money in there, Oh, you got that beautiful warm coat. That's good for you. I'm just freezing my butt up out here." And puts the guilt trip on her. But as they get to know each other, they learn a lot from each other at the same time. So it's a wonderful little story about give and take, and I think it benefits both these people.
Yeah, well, and it's such a great message because we can give money all day long, but
Exactly.
giving of ourselves is a whole different thing.
And that's why, again, it's an important time to really keep up with what's happening, Kevin, for
Yeah.
sure. And again, you got to love what Great American Pure Flix is doing, right? It's especially
Yeah.
when we're seeing all the movies doing well, you
Yep.
see all the Christian films and good quality content. That's what Great American Pure Flix brings to the table, and
Yeah,
it's
and
great
they're
to be.
fighting the good fight to bring back to America back to a morally based country, which we were founded in Judeo-Christian values. Look, I've got atheist friends, I've got agnostic friends. They're good people. They're good moral people. Just because they're not Christians, I don't sit. We have discussions about it both ways. But what I find interesting through Sorbo Studios is the number of emails and letters coming through saying, because your movies, I became a Christian. So I know darn well what they're doing at Great American as well is they're going to change a lot of people's attitudes towards just any kind of faith. I mean, I think the biggest thing people are looking for right now is a road to redemption, hope. They want hope in this crazy world we're living in right now. That this isn't how it's going to end up. That there's a better road down the way. So I hope people will tune in and see what the good work they're doing at Great American.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, and it's like $80 a year to have Great American Pure Flix.
Yeah.
It's like nothing. And
People
so it
pay
should
that.
be in
People pay
every
that a
home.
month for their cable service.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And great content, so much. And you're in there a lot because you've got quite a few things going on in there.
yeah.
And
They've
this
they've
nation.
got, they've got some of my other movies that I've directed in the past that they put into the library, which is kind of nice.
Mhm.
Let's talk about your evolution as an actor and how you're seasoned, Kevin, from the days of just being, this monstrous big guy to now Kevin Sorbo playing other roles. How do you kind of evolve as an actor from that and your
Well,
evolution?
I mean, it was. I mean, obviously, Hercules was my first big break. I mean, to get that series and shoot 7 years down in New Zealand, I'm sure I wasn't as big as you. I was 6'3", 230 pounds at the most.
Yeah, but you look great. You were unbelievable looking. Yeah.
But what's great is the number of people, even to this day, when I go movie sets, stunt guys come up to me, or just anybody in the kitchen, say, "Hey, dude, I started working out because of your show," and that again shows you the power of movies and television because it can influence people in a positive way or negative way. And Walt Disney said that back in the 1950s, and it's so true. And unfortunately, a lot of ways is such a negative way when you see the movies that are coming out of Hollywood right now. And you look at stuff on the internet. The internet's crazy Wild West. It's amazing we can do this. This is a benefit of the internet, but there's a lot of bad things and evil in that as well. So for me, it really happened with the movie What If when I did that movie. It was directed by Dallas Jenkins, who's doing The Chosen right now. And once I did that movie, I looked at my wife and I said, I think this is what I want to keep doing. I think there's a powerful message in these great movies out there. And you can see the independent market has just exploded, let alone what the Kendrick brothers do and the Irwin brothers are what they're doing. And there's more and more independent production people coming in now. And I get letters and emails now through my site, people saying, "Hey, I'm the camera operator on this Avengers movie or that thing. I want to do a movie with you." And I say, "Dude, we don't have $300 million budgets. We can't afford you." And all of them say, "No, I want to do a movie that my kids can be proud of." That's like the common thing that I get from people all the time.
Wow. Wow. Well, thanks for doing it. Thanks for making it happen. And the quality is just so good.
Yeah,
And
it's just
yeah.
as good as the big budget movies. It's just that these are story movies. These are movies that have a story to tell that you could walk out of the theater and have a discussion about it. I don't mind a Spider-Man movie, but 90% of movies all visual effects now. And you just kind of go, what a great roller coaster ride. But you can never be Hercules or Spider-Man or any other superhero. You can pretend you are, but you're not. But you can be a good person and do movies that Hollywood used to do. And that's the movies I'm doing now.
And that's huge, right? And
Yeah.
I think, Kevin, what also the Christian community is bringing back are people to the movie theaters, to at least for
Yep.
these. And
Yep.
that just shows something that, and I already am seeing it. Aren't you seeing that Hollywood's starting to look at what's happening, what you're doing, and
I did
trying?
a movie called Let There Be Light that we opened. Here's a $2.3 million budget movie that I directed. My wife wrote it, and we're both in the movie. In fact, my kids were in the movie. And we open up against Thor Ragnarok, a $300 million movie. Now, a $2.3 million movie, that's not even the catering budget on Thor, So we shoot this movie. We're #2 per screen average, this little tiny, engine that could. Monday, I get a call from Netflix. Netflix says, we want to meet with you. So I go to the Hollywood offices. They said, you got a firm foot in this inspirational world. We want to open an inspiration division here at Netflix and have you run it. I said, this is unbelievable. It's like, thank you, God, privately, you know? So I said, 3 more meetings over the next 3 months with these guys. And ultimately, they did nothing. Their ideology is so insane and so entrenched in them. They're not like people with a different point of view. If you're a Christian or a conservative in Hollywood, you might as well be a double leper to them. Maybe that's kryptonite to them. But there's 80 million homes that want the kind of product that I'm doing. And yet they are still a capitalist business, but they don't even want to look at that audience. But eventually they're going to have to. And I think things are starting to change a little bit, like you just said.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know, like Undefiled, such a great movie that's out right now on Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime seems to be doing a little bit more than what Netflix is doing as far as showing movies like that. So hopefully it will break in more and more and more into sort of the mainstream places that everybody goes to, you know, the Hulus and the Netflix, and you're making it happen. Like I have such admiration for you because you know what you believe, and you are unapologetic about it. It is what it is, and you stand up for it, and you want change in the world.
Well, I'll tell you, I think the hardest thing in the indie world that I'm in, to raise $3 million is like just brutal. And like I said, it sounds like a lot of money. It's nothing compared to the movies Hollywood puts out. But we have to rely on that. We have to rely on word of mouth. I mean, I get stopped all the time by people saying, keep making the movies you make. I can take my families to your movies. I know I can do that. And I go, then you got to support it. You got to tell your church, your community, your social media. You got to do something to get the word out there for us, because I can't put a commercial on every NBA playoff game or every soap opera or sitcom out there. We don't have the money to do that. So we need people like you to get the word out there. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to do this.
Absolutely. Destination Heaven starting May 16th on a Great American Pure Flix. You can get your 7-day free trial. Check out Kevin Sorbo in the series, and then also you can find information on Kevin, where's best place with all your films and things going on. Where can we go?
SorboStudios.com is the place to go. SorboStudios.com.
All right, Kevin, we appreciate it.
Beautiful. Thank you.
All right, that was a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and the Love Is podcast, guys. Take care.